Is it important tonight?
You know, it's a bit of a, what do? Do you stay home and do you come here? If we win, we finish the season 2 games clear, which is spectacular. If we lose, we'll probably have the world turn against us and say we're no good. All we want is a good, tough game, because that's important on the eve of the finals. We don't want any more injuries. No one has spoken about our injuries so far this year.
Have you got any?
We've got a full list of injuries, but they're all coming back, slowly coming back. We don't want any reports. We don't want any players jumping off the ground trying to be heroes.
Mick's last home and away game, going to be sad for him, do you reckon?
Well, it might be sad for him, but it's not sad for me. No, we got a great coach in waiting, Nathan Buckley. Absolutely.
And where will Mick go and wait?
Mick's the director of coaching, and you know that. He has signed the contracts, so stop trying to make headlines. You and Mike Sheehan.
Well, yeah,
he'll be.
Mike's a bit of a stir, isn't he?
Well, that front page was just rubbish the other week. Look, the contract's been signed, and if Mick breaks the contract, you know, it's not an issue of us Collingwood supporters, the malthouse going thing. I haven't lost any.
Except in reality, you'd actually like to keep him there rather than have him go and give his skills to someone else.
Buckley will be a great coach. Let's not forget that. And why? And I've said this to you before. Who's that behind the camera? Oh, it's him. I've said this to you before. Why does the removal of a coach? When a club removes a coach, does a club have to be in crisis to remove its coach? Come in. I want to ask you something. Does a club have to be in crisis before it decides to move on its coach?
Oh, not necessarily, no. No, they've got to just do what's better for the club long term. I mean, the club might not necessarily be struggling, but, you know, at the end of the day, they've got to look at the long-term future of the club and the long-term plan. This coach might be all right in the short term, but, you know, they might be competitive, but they might not have the right person to take them to I suppose, the Holy Grail.
Okay, you understand that. Joffa understands that, but do you think the fans understand that?
Oh, no, probably not. Look, some people already got preconceived ideas, what they think is right and what is wrong in their own mind, and we're all entitled to our opinions. But
have you lost any sleep over it? Have you?
No,
and I haven't.
Okay, can I ask you one thing, Joffa? If you were able to talk to Eddie,
yes,
and in an interview situation, what would you ask him about it? Anything?
Not really, because I think we're probably on the same. I think I pretty much agree with what Eddie has said. I mean, I'm not against the removal as Malthouse's coach onto director of coaching and Buckley taking over as senior coach. I'm not against that at all, because I think Buckley will be a great coach of Collingwood. And I still believe that regardless of what a coach has done, 10, 13 years, he's long enough at the one club.
Okay. So we are getting to, I guess, a quintessential moment in the history of Collingwood, aren't we?
Absolutely.
It's going to be history making or breaking.
Oh, absolutely. And Eddie would be aware that you know, there's a lot on the line for him, because of
he can go out a total hero, or with a lot of questions.
Oh, Eddie would be aware of that, but they're the shots the president's got to call. He's not there to pat everyone on the back. At some stage, the president has got to make some very hard decisions.
Like yourself, Joffa, whether to attend the game or not.
It really wasn't that hard to come here or not. But look, it's not an issue of Collingwood people, and I think the media has tried to make it an issue because
they've succeeded.
Well, they have. And why have the media succeeded?
Here's a question: has it put anyone off their game for Collingwood?
I don't think so. I think the players are professional enough now to block it in and block it out and focus on the bigger picture. You know, that to them is, obviously it's in their faces. All the public, people outside the families will be asking them what's happening. But, you know, at the end of the day, like, I believe that they've got a plan in place, and he's not going anywhere, and I'm pretty adamant about that. So, obviously the media sells papers.
So how great would it be for a Brownlow medalist, club captain, all-time champion, How good would it be for him to coach Collingwood to a premiership? Buckley, wouldn't that be?
He's got a ready-made side that's been built up over 5 to 7 years. Started with the Thomas Pendlebury drafts in 06, sorry. And then, we've just built ourselves a strong foundation on and off the field. And, the job's been groomed for him. So, but
a brilliant position to come into.
Irrespective of Nathan Buckley being a great footballer, he's actually got the nous, and he's had the astute knowledge under Malthouse and working with the club. So I can't see it being a fail, and that's with the eyes both open, not with the.
So what we're trying to say is, instead of getting sucked in with the devastation of Malthouse moving on as senior coach, we're actually rejoicing the fact that Nathan Buckley will be our next coach. To me, that's very exciting.